Now, the war between the U.S. and Iran is on pause. We told you last night both sides agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. However, Iran is accusing the U.S. of breaking part of the terms. Things are very tenuous at the moment. But as WBTV's Dalford Jones reports, several local groups want the war to end entirely. He attended a protest in Uptown Charlotte this evening where attendees say they have a clear message.
Several groups, along with dozens of protesters, made their way to First Ward Park Wednesday night to express their opposition to the war in Iran. Their main message: America should have never entered this conflict in the Middle East, with so many issues of our own to address here in the U.S. The Party for Socialism and Liberation and groups like Veterans for Peace say the Iran war has gone too far.
Our government has bombed schools, hospitals, critical infrastructure, and this is costing billions of dollars. This is billions of dollars that could be used to support working class people here. It could be used to support housing, healthcare, education. But, people are struggling to make ends meet, and gas prices are surging because of this war.
The White House says oil tankers are once again flowing through the Strait of Hormuz. That's after both sides announced they agreed to the terms of a 2-week ceasefire following threats from President Trump. But the deal itself, very fragile, and Iran has already accused the U.S. of breaking part of it.
When the sham of a ceasefire, which is already broken, is officially over, we will no doubt be looking down that barrel once again.
After a few speakers, escorted by CMPD officers, the group took their message to the streets of Uptown.
This war is costing us billions of our tax-paying dollars every single day, and for what?
I think what's really important is for us here in the United States to say that we don't want our tax dollars to be, used to kill people, abroad.
After marching through Uptown, the group met back here at First Ward Park with a call to action. They want people to join them on May 1st for a national shutdown on spending, demanding money for American needs and not war. Tonight, we're in Charlotte. Dalford Jones, WBTV, on your side.
Dalford, thank you.